everybody and welcome back once again to Let's Play Motorsport Manager for the Phoenix Knights Racing Team. Almost forgot the name of the game there. Right, as far as I can remember, we pretty much left off where we are now. Right at the race weekend here in Canada for the Vancouver GP. And we're still scouting some drivers, still on the hunt. HQ building. We're upgrading our telemetry centre. And of course we are designing our brakes and our front wing now for next season. Now, the race weekend as rain predicted. It's the short version, it's 22 laps. Tyre wear is high, but with the rain potentially could throw a spanner in the works to all strategy calls. So we're going to go the usual 7, we'll go 762. I think that should be satisfactory. And I'll see you for qualifying. Right, so as the weather forecast predicted, practice was a bit of a mishmash of weather conditions. Wet and dry. We did the best we could in terms of our performance bonuses. Take a look at qualifying. So qualifying is going to be a wet dry affair, but for the most part it looks like it's just going to have a slight shower, a slight sprinkling, and then it's going to be dry for the most part after that. So I think we'll risk it with the simulation. We've got ultra soft ultra soft up to 15%, intermediate, and the two trims. We couldn't get the super softs performance bonus because the track was too wet. The bar was going up far too slowly. By the time we got around to putting the super soft tyres on, driving around the track in the wrong tyre, of course, the track was wet at the time. So ultra soft tyres for qualifying trim. The setups are done. Weight stripping not quite as aggressive. Just going to pull back a little bit because I think the past couple of races we've been struggling or having to manage our pushing due to the fact that our parts are giving up on us. So I think we're just reining it in a touch with the weight stripping, trying to find a happy medium. All right, here we go. Can we break the top 10? Looks like we've mistimed the first qualifying run, but the second qualifying run much better. 11th and 14th. Yeah, it did stay dry for the rest of the qualifying, so this is as good as it was going to get, but there is quite a jump from 10th to Sirikov's time. A 5/10 of a second, half a second slower than 10th. And again, this is a short lap, this is a 50-second lap. So that's quite a big jump. Sundin qualifying in 14 is quite disappointing, really, for her. This is her lowest qualifying for some time. She seems to be slipping and slipping and slipping with every race. We are seeing her fade and fall from grace before our very eyes. And it's a sad sight to see. We still do manage to get our sponsor objective, finishing above 12th. So that is the slight consolation. And somebody's peed themselves because they have seen Phoenix Knights live. Now the weather forecast says it's going to be a sunny affair, but is there going to be rain? Because there was forecast rain. The temperature cools and the clouds begin to form round about lap 11. So we just need to bear that in mind. But our first stop is going to be round about lap 7. So we're going to be kind of powerless to do anything about it. If the rain does come round about lap 12, right slap bang in the middle of our second stint, which is a bit of an awkward time, but it's going to be the same for everybody else. Question is, what bonuses do we use here? So first of all, we shall take the car setups and judge how we're going to play this. Okay, so it's 22 laps. So we're looking at 7 laps, 2 7s and an 8. Fair enough. So we'll look at a tyre life here. 6 to 8 laps. That's not going to cut the mustard, is it? Even the super softs on 8 to 10 are going to be a tough ask. The softs would comfortably do 9 laps. I think what we'll do with the first stint with Sundin is we'll go for the supers. And we'll do her for 7 laps. Alright. In terms of her strategy, we'll have to think about that. In terms of her bonuses. Sirikov, he's 7 to 9. 9 to 11, so he can probably do 8 on those. So we give him a full tank of fuel. Of course, race trim is the obvious choice. Ultra soft tyres, are we going to get to use them with Sundin? Possibly not. So we're going to take a punt here with Sundin and say that it might rain. And therefore, if it does, and the intermediate tyres come into play, she might be able to get a bit of an enhancement to her performance with this boost. And Sirikov, we're going to I think he might be able to squeeze an ultra soft stint in somewhere, so if it doesn't rain he can make use of that. So split the strategies and play it by ear. Okay, just to keep a very close eye on the weather as we take a look at the grid for today's race. Becker on pole, Espinosa is in second, Balcazar third and Harry Chapman in fourth. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Fisher in fifth for Steinman with Sylvander in sixth. De Graaf qualifying in seventh. Veracruz in eighth with De Wolf in ninth and Lippen in 10. So the same old candidates in the top 10 with Sirikov's in 11th. And the two Rosato coursers splitting the teammates as Sundin in 14th. Alright. Let's first of all hope for a good start. And do we get a good start? Well, it's reasonable. Sundin is appearing to make up a position or two. She's passed somebody off the track and she's up into 12th with Sirikov down into 13th. Not what you want to see. Sirikov is going backwards. What on earth is he doing? Come on, Sirikov, don't let us down. You've had some good races over the past 2 or 3. Don't let it slip now. Right, we're just going to be careful with the old... I'm very wary about the tyre degradation here. Not so much necessarily the fuel, but the tyre degradation is quite high. So I just want to be careful. He's beginning to make his way forward again now, is Sirikov. He's up into 15th. 2 cars ahead of him to pass. The Thornton and the Rosato Corsa. He's going up the inside. He's going up the inside here. And he's up into 14th. Sundin holding station at 11th. So here she comes. She's coming in lap 7. She needs to remember that. Tyre temperatures beginning to get on the hot side, so we'll just turn them down now. Just again, tyre wear, not wanting it to cause a problem for us. Just gonna take a check on the old. So she needs to do. Ooh, I think she needs to do 4 laps for me, doesn't she? 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 4 more laps. And he needs to do 5. So the fuel situation not looking too good either. So now having to go medium while everybody else is pushing. Are people going to 3-stop here, or is 2 going to be the order of the day? It's looking like a dry race. Surikov is absolutely hemmed in here by this traffic. He's not making any forward movements. Hemmed in. Not good. The top 10 are dancing off into the distance. He's trying, bless him, he's trying his best. Right, okay, so 2 more laps for Sundin as she's getting passed here by Flores. She's defending her position. Just going to give Surikov a bit of extra tyre pushing here. And now we're going to have her attack. She's only got 1 lap to do here. 1 more lap. Okay, so okay, conditions fine. She's going to come into the pits. She's going to go back onto her set of super softs. We're going to max her out with the fuel and to 9 laps, and we're going to absolutely have her push to our heart's content for this second stint. Okay. Meanwhile, Surikov has got 1 more lap to do after this, so 2 laps he needs to do. He's currently in 16th. Really in a bit of a pickle. Now trying to give him as much as possible, but the fuel situation is not looking too marvellous. Let's hope that we can get a bit of clear track here now. A bit of clear track. We're going to give him high and maximum juice for the tyres. Now, do we go for a quick ultra soft stint here? Quick ultra soft stint. Trying for 6 laps, which will be 14. Or do we do 1 more super soft and do a sprint at the finish? I think we'll go for a sprint finish. Although, and same with him, we're going to fuel him up max and absolutely have him hammer the car, give him maximum engine power to just push as hard as he can and for as long as he can. Right, I'm going to give Sundin full beans here. She's in 17th at the moment. Is she in traffic? She's got clear track actually. She has got clear track, so she can make it count. Hopefully. Is she going to get out ahead of... Yes, she does. She gets out ahead of Surikov. There appears to be a mistake with the front jack, which will have cost us time because you can't start working on your car in the pit stop until the jack goes down. So Surikov has had a nightmare of a pit stop to compound his bad start to the race, and he is really languishing here. This is not looking like a good situation for Phoenix Knights today. It's really looking like we are not going to be picking up any points unless a minor miracle happens. Although Sundin is in 11th and we're on the back of the Catano of De Wolf and the Windsor of Lippenden. She could get into the points if she actually keeps on pushing. He's still stuck. I mean, I've given him full beans here, so he should be able to get up the inside and really put the pedal to the metal here. He's up into 16th. Okay. This is frustrating. It's very frustrating. Sundin trying to stick with her onto the back of these two. She has the engine power for it, but okay, so 3 more laps she needs to do. She needs to do 3 more laps. So he come up into 15th. But still gonna be struggling for points. In fact, he seems to be slipping away from these two. What's going on here today? He's supposed to be driving at a 7.3. I'm not seeing it. Oh boy, it's going to start to rain at the back end of here. Holy moly. It's going to start to rain. Right at the last ditch of the race. On about like 16. Now she's coming in next lap. It's just a little bit too early. What are people pitting onto here? Oh, this is going to be tough. Do we pit for Inters? It's very early. Or do we risk sticking her on super softs and then leaving her out for 6 laps on the wrong tyre? It just seems like a completely wrong thing to do, but what else can we do with her? She is completely in a mire here. The rain is coming for her at completely the wrong time. She goes in Inters, she's going to struggle. She goes on Inters and she is going to struggle. And she probably won't make the Inters last till the end of the race because of the fact that they're going to wear a lot quicker when the track is dry. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to stick her on a set of super softs and then judge her pace. I mean, the amount of tyre life we've got left in our tyres makes me wonder if we should have used ultra softs at some point, because the tyres aren't degrading as fast as perhaps I thought they would. People are using ultras, we're using supers, and the tyre degradation isn't anywhere near as bad as it appeared to be. Right, let's see what Fisher goes about. Fisher is coming out on a set of... We can't tell, it's too late now. We've made our bed. They're coming out on Inters. I think we screwed her over. I think we should have gone on Inters. The rain's probably going to come a little bit quicker than I thought. We're maybe only going to do 1 lap on the Inters. So I've somehow managed to screw both drivers over. Don't ask me how. Well, he's coming in and he's got an easy decision. He's got a much easier decision. Park conditions for him are looking a little bit worse for wear. He seems to be a bit harder on his car than Sundin is. So Sundin's come out on the soft tyres. And the rain has just started right now, so yeah. Completely wrong. Completely misjudged it. Oh boy. I know, sorry dear, I've completely screwed you over. I have completely and utterly screwed you up. There's almost no point in pitting you, really. Just go for it. She's up into 9th, oh, she's up into 6th, how will it last? No, is the answer to that. It won't. She's on the wrong tyre. The track is damp. See, the track doesn't get any wetter really than this. Well, okay, it does, obviously. You can see the graph goes up, but not massively wetter. Not massively. And I've got her in completely the wrong tyre. Bloody heat. Yeah, she's obviously slower. She's getting swamped here. There's no point in bringing her in at this point. So this has been a race to forget, it must be said. For some reason, Surikov just didn't seem to have the pace. I think the issue was, as I've outlined, I think the issue is we could have used the ultra soft tyres, especially with Surikov, who can make his tyres last longer. He would have got the bonus as well. The 15% bonus. The rain stops temporarily, which is good for Sundin for the time being, but the track is still damp, of course. 12th and 13th. I mean, you might as well let him past. You're on the wrong tyre, might as well let your teammate past. For some reason, they've got far too much fuel in these cars. Well, she's not too far behind Surikov to say she's done the complete third stint of the race on the wrong tyre. Oh, there's a few issues with the car. I thought, oh, she's just slipping further behind now. Would she have got a points finish if she was on the right tyre? We'll never know. Can't say with any certainty. Okay, we ain't getting any points today. And across the line for a 12th position finish with Sundin in 17th. Complete disaster, she says. Yeah, that's an understatement. That is an understatement. Okay, so the Ultra tyres, should have used the Ultra tyres at least once with Surikov. He could have got 7 laps out of the Ultras, but of course the weather conditions, we didn't realise that until after the first stop. And then of course with Sundin, the wrong tyre for the third stint, completely. I don't know what I was thinking really. But anyway, we'll gloss over that race. It didn't happen. It makes no difference to the season. I mean, we're destined to finish 6th, no lower, no higher. So anything that happens from this point forward, other than making sure we get our sponsor objectives to get as much money as possible, anywhere we finish from this point forward really doesn't matter. But we would at least like to finish quite strongly, if possible. Look at Windsor and Catano. Neck and neck. Who's going to get there? Oh, look at her. I'm literally in love with Sundin. And everybody, look at I just love those guys. We let you down, fans. We let you down. But don't worry, next race we'll be back to our normal service, hopefully. The service will be resumed. Fingers crossed. So our brakes are built. These are the first set of brakes that we will be taking forward to next season. Let's first of all take a look at them. And yeah, nice, very nice indeed. We need to actually increase the performance of these, if we can, towards the back end of the season. Let's have a look at how it affects our car itself. So the brakes are over there. So if we max the brake performance out, that's where they would be. So they're still below average. So we need to design another set. We need to design another set. So I think it was that. No, it was that. 1054. And then we went to... So that's 1084. That's 1104. So there's that. And then there's 1104. That's no good. 1164. We'll go there. And then deceleration plus 50. 1214. Look at that. Plus 60 and plus 30 to max. That's a pretty nice component. Right, so this is our final set of brakes to take forward to next season. They look pretty nice. Cost us 1.3 million. Fingers crossed that should bunce us up nicely to around about there. So next season we'll have an average engine. And the middle arrow, of course, is the average on the grid. So we'll have an average engine, we'll have an average gearbox, we'll have hopefully near enough an average set of brakes. We'll see how we start to develop the wings after we've finished this set of brakes. We'll have an above average suspension and a slightly below average rear wing. So generally speaking, we should be middle of the pack. Right, scouting. Vyovsky. No good. Claire Talley. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, she's 4-star, not 5, which is a problem. But her marketability is decent, and her stats are pretty decent, and she's a paid driver. So even if we nab her, I don't know, you see, because it's... Okay, we'll bear her in mind. I was really wanting somebody at least 4.5 star. If she had a 4-star with 5-star potential to grow into, then she'd be perfect. But she's not going to get any better. Yeah, not quite fitting the bill. Not quite fitting the bill. You know, as we've seen with Sundin, with a 4-star driver, if you're battling with Kitano or Windsor, you need that little extra edge. We need a strong driver to get us as many points as possible, and she wouldn't do it. I'm certainly not going to have an interview after that shower of crap. There's a mistake in the pits. The brakes are finished. Right, we're just going to progress on. Car repair complete. We're going to press on. Just want to see if so. Look, if we start to develop, if we start to improve that, 74 days after the race, 62, 74. Might as well. European Racing Series, which means that we will keep an eye on the result because one Sergio Valdez is racing. Esme Murph, oh my god. We'll gloss over her, shall we? Very quickly indeed. Here it is. It's the Black Sea, round 10 of 13 in the European Racing Series, and Valdez finishes down in 9th. Ooh, Chanon closes the gap at the top of the table. The pressure's on. Oh, what's happening here? Our lead designer wants us to upgrade our wind tunnel one step at a time. One step at a time. Luke Cormier. He's rubbish. Not good enough. Will we find anybody good enough? I don't know. I'm hoping so. 3 days to go. Our brakes are finished right on the last day before the race weekend. Wigdal? Interesting. Old. 29? And an old trait. Ooh, me hip. Okay, so the second set of brakes takes us a little bit higher, but still not massively higher. Of course, we're having to make up 2 seasons worth of development in 1 season, which, to be quite honest with you, we've done quite well, haven't we? Because they're almost in line with the engine and the gearbox. We've developed the engine and the gearbox for 2 seasons. This is the first season we've developed this. In fact, we've developed these brakes in the space of about 4 or 5 weeks, and poof, we've gone up to there already. So yeah, it's quite a good effort by the team, the design and development team. They've got these set of brakes up and running pretty quickly, and they're looking decent. Taking forward to next season, of course. Right, there's going to be a vote to take away sequential pit stops. We certainly don't want that. Right, before the race weekend then we will design our new part, and the new part that we will be designing is, of course, we're starting now on the front wing, and we will start with we need outright performance. So that's got a higher max, this has got a higher outright performance, so we'll go with that one. So the development of the front wing starts. So there are only 4 races to go, and that was our second, I think. No, our first. Yeah, it was the first time this season that neither driver has finished in the points. So we shall have to bounce back and put that right in Singapore. So join me next time for that. Until then, see you soon.